Welcome to Apologetics, where truth isn't just explored, it is exposed. Today we are pulling back the curtain on one of Islam's most sacred institutions, marriage. Is it a divine covenant or a cultural construct dressed in religious language? From temporary unions that resemble paid encounters to divorce laws that can shatter lives with a single word, we're asking the hard questions Islam doesn't want you to ask. If you've ever wondered whether these practices reflect the justice and love of a holy God or the convenience of men, this episode is for you. Buckle up, we're going deep into this topic. Let's begin with a practice that even many Muslims find troubling. Mutah, or temporary marriage. Surah An-Nisa ayah 24 is often cited to justify this arrangement. It permits men to marry women for a fixed time and pay them a dowry. In Shia Islam, this is still practiced today. That surah says, so give them their due compensation as an obligation. Sahih Muslim number 1406 confirms that Mutah was practiced during Muhammad's lifetime. Now ask yourself, would a holy God sanction a marriage that expires after a few hours or days in exchange for money? This isn't covenantal love. It is not covenantal at all. It is transactional lust. It mirrors prostitution more than biblical marriage. It is even written in the Hadith that certain people would give out their clothes just to have sexual intercourse for a night or 2 nights, or some will give money depending on how wealthy they were. This is similar to what we have of today, which is called prostitution, where sex is given in exchange for money. Again, let's talk about triple talaq. In Islam, a man's ability to divorce his wife is simply by saying, I divorce you 3 times. Surah Al-Baqarah ayah 229 to 230, 230 outlines this process, and Sahih Muslim number 1482 confirms it. If a man says to his wife, I divorce you 3 times, she is divorced. No court, no witnesses, no reconciliation, just 3 words, and a woman's life is upended. Even Islamic countries like India have banned this practice. If a law needs human reform to be just, can it truly be divine? Do we need every now and then to reform laws that come from God? For instance, if the Quran and the Hadith agrees on the triple talaq and countries like India are banning it, would we now say that this law is the law of God? Again, we have polygamy. In Surah An-Nisa, number 3, permits men to marry up to 4 women. It says, marry women of your choice, 2 or 3 or 4. But women are not given the same right. This isn't mutual love, it's male privilege. The emotional toll on women in polygamous marriages is well documented. Jealousy, neglect, and competition are very common. Contrast this with Genesis 2 verse 24. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be cleaved to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. One man, one woman, one covenant. That is divine design. Now consider the role of women in Islamic marriage. These are also known as contracts. In Sahih Bukhari number 5136, it says, the marriage is contracted by the guardian and the woman's silence is her consent. The marriage is contracted by her guardian and the woman's silence is her consent. Silence is not consent, and requiring a male guardian to approve a woman's marriage strips her of agency and dignity. In Christianity, marriage is a mutual covenant, not a contract. Ephesians 5 calls husbands to love their wives as Christ loved the church. sacrificially, not selfishly. So what do we conclude? Islamic marriage and divorce laws reflect a patriarchal culture, not divine justice. They permit temporary unions, which are similar to prostitution, unilateral divorce, polygamy, and diminished female autonomy. These are not the marks of a holy God. They are the fingerprints of human traditions. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 19, verse 6, "What God has joined together, let no man put asunder," or let no man separate. Marriage is sacred. It is not a contract. It is a covenant. And that covenant reflects the love between Christ and his church. If you found this episode challenging, share it. If you are wrestling with this truth, keep seeking. And if you're ready to explore the beauty of biblical marriage, we invite you to discover the gospel, the true story of love, sacrifice, and redemption. Subscribe, comment, and join the conversation. This is Al-Haq Apologetics. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and stay rooted in truth. Shukran.